You're thinking about selling your home. You feel overwhelmed and you don't know where to begin or what to prioritize. That's where I come in. Let's start with why you're probably here: price. Now, you don't want to give your house away, and fair enough, but here's the truth. Even the best realtor in the world doesn't have a magical wand to give you any price for your home. What we can do is help you get the maximum value that tomorrow's market is willing to bear. Now, that happens through two main processes: preparing your home and marketing it effectively. Now, great marketing without proper preparation is akin to putting lipstick on a pig. Now, some sellers don't have the time or money to get their house ready, and I've helped people in that position, and while it is possible, it is far from ideal. And if you can avoid it, you do not want to be in that position. Now, maybe your house is already picture perfect and we can take photos tomorrow, but more often than not, there are a few things to get in order first. And the more you can think ahead, the better. So this course will focus on preparing your home for sale. I'll take you through each element of your house and show you how to see it through the buyer's eyes so you can maximize its appeal in every category. And at the end, I'll help you create a clear game plan, deciding what to prioritize based upon your timeline and budget. We'll systematically go through each part of your property, separating the must-dos from the nice-to-haves. And if you want to go deeper, I'll give you optional homework to reinforce what we've learned. Now, before diving into tactics, we need a strong foundation, what I call the philosophy of selling. This shapes everything that follows. Now, selling your house is one of the most emotionally charged things you'll ever do. You raised a family there, you've made memories, and it feels a part of your identity. But if your goal is to maximize value, and for most it is, you'll need to do something difficult. Check your ego at the door. If not, you risk leaving serious money on the table. Now, here's a life cycle of a typical home. The building you live in started off as a house. Built by a developer, it's a commodity, stripped of emotion, judged solely by specs. Sure, there are emotional components like vaulted ceilings or granite countertops, but those are just features. But then you move in, you personalize it and fill it with emotion and memories. But when you sell, the emotional meaning does not transfer. Buyers bring in their own emotion, and they compare specs, condition, and market position. And when selling, it's crucial to strip away personal attachment and reframe it from a home back into a house. Now, this mental shift is essential for strategic selling. Now, once listed, your house becomes a commodity, one among many. Now, right now, depending on where you live, there are significantly more active sellers than buyers in the States, shifting power towards buyers and top sellers. This means your house could be in a fierce competition with other sellers and for buyers. Now, if you're watching this video, you're probably thinking about selling. Congratulations, you've already started the process of demoting your home back into a house. The great news is you're on the right path, and I'm here to help you complete that process. Remember, your goal is to maximize profits, and profits itself don't care about you. And to capture it, you must do what's best for the market, which means you must divorce your emotion from your house. Now, this is where another important distinction comes in: sellable versus desirable. Now, sellable means your house meets the baseline. It's safe, functional, and free of deal-killing issues. A house in sellable condition can go on the market and sometimes attract offers. Now, desirable goes further. It's the paint colors, staging, curb appeal, and lifestyle touches that make buyers compete for it. Desirable is what pushes price higher and creates urgency. Think of sellable as a foundation. Without it, your house might sit unsold, or the sale price might be well below what you're expecting. Desirable is what sets it above the rest. Smart sellers understand the difference and know what they're aiming for. Of course, it always comes down to your goals. Are you simply trying to bring your house up to sellable condition, or do you want it to truly pop in the market? That decision shapes how you'll approach prep, budgets, and timelines. And in this course, I'm gonna help you do both. This isn't about chasing random fixes, it's about prioritization. Now, in the first half of this course, I'm gonna help you step back and see each facet of your property through the right lens. Then, since budgets are limited and timelines are finite, I'm gonna help you decide what to prioritize based upon your budget and how much time you have before you hit the market. Now, to make that easier, I'm going to introduce you to several free resources that you can use to help create a clear, personalized game plan. Now, the following are the core issues that can and should be addressed in your home, in a sale of your home, and also the chapters of this course: the curb appeal, the stuff inside, the surfaces inside, the mechanical and structural systems, and the health factor. And after that, we'll talk about timelines and what to prioritize and staging. Of course, this isn't a complete list, but it is a comprehensive one. And I'm going to walk you through how to address each one strategically. Now, before we dig into these components, here's your first assignment. This weekend, go to an open house, preferably in the neighborhood where you plan on selling. Now, right now, you're thinking as a seller, seller. But to do this right, you need to think like a buyer. You're a secret agent gathering intel on your future customer, the buyer. Now, if you're also buying in another neighborhood, resist the urge to view through that lens. Focus on the type of buyer for your current neighborhood. Here's how to approach it. A potential buyer might spend 20 to 40 minutes ruthlessly judging a home. Now, when you arrive, start a stopwatch. Here's what the timeline might look like. The first 5 minutes, standing in the front yard, taking in the landscaping, exterior paint, and curb appeal. The next 10 minutes, entering through the front door and surveying the first few rooms. And the next 10 minutes, exploring the rest of the home and the backyard. Last 5 minutes, camping out in the room that had the most impact to them. Now, pay attention to what you noticed first. How did the condition of the front yard shape your impressions of the rest of the house? At a busy open house, observe the other parties walking through. What are they prioritizing? And if you're lucky, they might even say it out loud in passing. Now, when you leave, sit in your car and jot down your impressions immediately. Now, don't spend more than 5 minutes on this. You're just capturing your gut reaction. Now, go to more than one open house. One gives you an experience, whereas several gives you a baseline. That's how you'll start gathering data to inform better decisions for your own home. Now, it might feel overwhelming to compare your home to others, but hang in there. This exercise alone is already helping you make smarter, more impactful decisions. Now, up next, we'll dive into curb appeal and first impressions. See you in the next video.